We are on day 82, and this is week of May 4th. For your in question, you're going to tell me what is energy. So before you continue watching this video, pause and answer the in question. What do you think energy is? Our learning target for today is, today I will explore what energy is so that I can understand how energy is a part of our everyday lives. I know I have it when I can identify the different types of energy as potential or kinetic. Now we're going to get into our notes portion. So if you do not already, grab a piece of paper or open up a Google Doc so that way you could take down this information. Our first definition is energy. The definition of energy is the ability to do work. Now we use energy in common language, but we use our energy to move. Energy also gives off heat. It allows electricity to make light, and it moves machinery. The two types of energy is potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential energy is stored energy in an object. So a good example is a battery, because batteries hold energy, and once you put them into a device, then they release that energy. Kinetic energy is the energy of an object due to its motion. So when you're running, you're doing kinetic energy. If you are using light, that is kinetic energy. Sound is kinetic energy. Any energy that is motion is kinetic. So now I'm going to give you a couple examples of potential energy and kinetic energy. So now we are going to categorize several different types of energy into whether they are kinetic energy, potential energy, or both. So the first one is light energy. Light energy is kinetic because it's moving. It's moving from the light source and illuminating or lighting up a room. So the light is constantly in movement. Thermal energy is very similar to light energy. So if you stand next to a fire, a campfire, you can feel the warmth radiating out from the fire. It's moving. In fact, if you look at fire, that is energy. That is thermal energy. It is moving. It's flickering. So it is strictly kinetic energy because it's movement. Gravitational energy. So that is the energy of gravity pulling us to the earth. So gravitational energy can be both potential and kinetic. So it could be potential because if you're standing on earth and you're holding a basketball out in front of you, if you do not drop the basketball and you're just holding it, it has the potential to fall to the earth. But because you're holding it, it has the potential to move. So it is potential energy. But as soon as you drop the basketball will then have kinetic energy because it is moving towards the earth. And the gravitational energy is pulling at that object down to the earth. So that is why gravitational energy is both potential and kinetic. The next energy we're going to talk about is mechanical. So it can be both potential and kinetic. And I'm going to use us as an example, our legs. So our legs have the potential to move, but you can choose not to. So because they have the potential to move, they have potential energy. But as soon as you start running, moving, or jumping, your legs then have kinetic energy because they are moving. You are moving. So kinetic is moving, potential is potential to move. So that is why mechanical energy has both potential and kinetic. The next is chemical energy. So that is the energy stored between the bonds of atoms. So by itself, it has potential to move something, but not itself. So, for example, a battery has chemical energy. A battery really doesn't do anything, but if you put it into something, then it can do something. It can give the other object its energy. So that is why chemical energy is only potential. Solar energy is kinetic. So if you think of solar energy as our sun, the sun rays are hitting our earth, it has to travel through space, a lot like light. So it is kinetic energy because that energy is moving to reach other objects to heat up the earth. And then the last one is electric. So that's like our outlets. If you think about our outlet or something you plug your devices into, by itself, it doesn't move. It has a potential to give energy to something else. so that other object can move or do something. So that is why electric energy is strictly potential. Now I would take a couple minutes and pause this video and answer some questions below about potential and kinetic. I would also make sure you have this down on a piece of paper. So our out question for today is, two people are in a race against each other. What kind of energy are they using to run? Now answer this in our form below.